Welcome back to the channel, you guys. I'm Conor O'Reilly with Team Lone Star Discs, and I'm getting ready for the CCR Open this weekend, the number 2 ranked course in Michigan, top 50 in the world on Udisc. Let's check it out. I'm about to siege this castle. Hole 1 at Renegades Trail really requires quite a bit of power to get to. If you don't have the power to go high spike hyzer on this 400-foot right to left moving shape, you're gonna have to play underneath these branches here, really try to get the nose up and maybe get some ground play. But best case with the low route is usually about 40 feet here. High, you're gonna need the proper wind, but to me, it's the play. So I'm going spike hyzer, either spur or starship. Not really sure. First shots of the day. We'll go 2 off the top here. Hit something that sounded like wood. I don't know what that was, but that's kind of how you got to do it. You got to hug it tight here. Don't push it too wide. This is exactly why I just put the gnome back in the bag. Shots like this. Without the howling right to left wind, this one is just tough to get to, y'all. Maybe I'll push it a little flatter, a little further. All right, I'm gonna figure out a better strategy for that one because I gotta get a little bit closer than behind the house. Hole 2 is a 600-foot par 4 with a left to right moving shot over this little castle wall here off the tee. There is a mandatory keeping you left, so you can't just throw it out over the road. You do want to kind of test the road as you're moving right though and land somewhere near it to give yourself the best visibility on that next shot into a gap into the green. I'm going Wrangler turnover off the tee. That should be right in the middle. Kind of a blind approach from there, but see if we can skip it in. By the way, the mosquitoes will run you off, especially on the other course that's in the woods, since this is a 2-course tournament. This one I've heard is a little better, but either way, I'm gonna be prepared today. I've got the natural sprays, cedar wood and all that good stuff, and I got my bug head net. Obviously we ain't catching bees, we're catching birdies. Let's go. About 270 feet here. You got 2 options: the bigger right side gap that avoids the out of bounds line that tucks in on the left, or the left hand backhand spike hyzer or forehand spike hyzer. That's a little bit riskier, but can get you to the basket as it is tucked behind the center mass of this clump on the left. I'm gonna go Artemis, pushing hyzer nice and low. Try to get that nice premium plastic skip off the ground. I think that was money. Let's check it out. For someone who likes to have good breath work and sometimes take that extra 3 seconds to visualize on the green, this bug net should be very helpful. So if you haven't ever tried one, probably a crucial part of the summertime kit, depending on where you live. Hole 3 is a nice risk reward par 5, but honestly, I don't really see the risk. Just blast a nice drive that's gonna get a gentle S-curve straight at the pin that you can see with the big yellow flag. The more you can work yourself left towards the ends of the first one, you're gonna open up your angles coming in. But if you are pinched right, there's gonna be a great roller option coming in. I'm going howler off the tee here. Just caught the left edge of that tree that defines the right side of the fairway gap before you get to the wide open. But I think I might have an opportunity to show y'all that roller. 443 into the pin. I'm just gonna play jam on a Wrangler straight at it. Excuse me, you guys. I'm gonna move y'all over. Thank you. After seeing that, I think it'd be safe to bump up to the Warbird for me on that shot, especially if you don't have a little bit of headwind. So I'm going Dragonite into the green instead of Gengar next time. And then I'll be a little bit closer, but the way this green's perched in a bit of a bowl makes it a nice, tasty run opportunity, regardless of whether you're 50 or 90 feet out on this one. Okay, sure, I might be 120 feet out, but doesn't matter when you got the yellow rose in your hand. See? Easy birdie. Nothing to see here. If you're gonna rewatch this video, just go ahead and fast forward through that shot. Now here's a little rhyme about course design, whether it's dipped in a bowl or perched on a knoll. Just make sure every green has its own challenge, yo. A hole like this really showcases what fresh mow lines and having a rough cut versus shortcut will do, even for your open course, in terms of showing the difficulty of the course and showing the landing zones visibly to people who might not know anything about the game and are seeing it on video, or just to a first timer who comes here and has this nice, beautiful, memorable fairway instead of just having a rough cut or not a nice straight edge to follow along that out of bounds. Turnover Gengar here, 408 feet, low ceiling. There's also that wide shot, but I don't love that right now because that's a pretty big forehand. I'm thinking Wrangler with a little bit of force. Good line below. So right now the debate going on in my head about this thing on my head is the interesting and weird obstructed visibility worth keeping the mosquitoes off my face? And even if I do hear them buzzing in my ear while I'm lining up a putt, I know that they can't land on me, so that gives me some peace of mind. So that's why I'm practicing with it today, to really see if it's worth it. Now that I'm sweating pretty good though, that's presenting an issue. I can't just openly wipe my face without moving it out of the way. And now the sweat's getting dropped and grabbing in the little holes in the mesh. So we'll see. We'll keep you guys updated as this round goes on, how the bug net's working, how viable it is. So far, I think it's worth it, kinda. Kobe Bryant from the Lakers. Now that's paper. There's a putt in Worlds, so I slung that to myself and I jammed it from C2, so thought it might work there. At least it was close, you know. 99% of the time, every time. All right, hole 5, par 3, 307 feet. Shortest hole yet. Nice right-hand, backhand spike hyzer line, or there's a low skipping line if you don't have that much power. I believe the OB on the left kind of stays throughout, so you can't just commit to full send left. You got to still land this one at the proper angle. Chupacabra all day. Tickled one of those barren branches up there in the middle of the gap. I'm not trying to go high above everything, but right below that top canopy there where it curves out is what I'm aiming for on this shot. Keep the nose up on the disc to help it move back to the left a little bit easier. If you're watching this video and you want a way to support me on the road as I finish up the 2024 season at the final stretch, got to finish strong, you can either go to LoneStarDisc.com, get my tour series, or you can hit me up on Instagram, ask me what molds I have with a beautiful stamp. Post some stuff to my story showing those all week, so when this drops, you guys can go check out my story on Instagram, see what I'm talking about, see if you like the stamp. Maybe you want to get some just because of the artwork, even if you don't want to throw it or whatever it might be. I'd love the support, and yeah, just try to keep dropping this YouTube content so I can get everyone watching it and rack up the informational spreading to you guys. That's all I'm trying to do. Help everyone out, show some beautiful courses, maybe show you what to eat after you're around. I appreciate y'all watching, putting up with me. I heard something in there, and look, we got a little friend chowing down. Hello, little friend. All right, here we are, hole 6, another par 5. Big clear through this gap. Obviously, the higher up you can fly here, the bigger the gap gets, so it incentivizes those big power players to play a gentle flex up through the gap, enough nose to finish off left, give you a second shot in for maybe a long eagle look, but this one's a bit longer than the last. I'm going back to the howler here off the tee. Have a little bit of a right to left tail working. Should stable up my disc. I got these nice long runways here, so you can get going nice and quick. James Conor had approved for sure. Just a nice flat pushing stable nose up hyzer with a stretchy disc here. Yeah, disc golf language. Show that clip to your significant other or your family member who doesn't know anything about it, and they're gonna think I'm talking gibberish. Okay, I'm playing you here on the FKOT to get a look at how the hole shapes. There's an out of bounds circle here with the gravel or sand right there in the middle. And as long as you clear that and avoid the out of bounds on the left and the right side, denoted by the long cut of grass, you're good to go. Definitely gonna be very hard pressed to get an eagle here, but you're looking to have 200 feet into the green if you throw a good shot on the second. Thanks to the wind read from my chalk bag and my Gorilla Performance Disc Howler manufactured by Lone Star Discs, I was able to really smash one in that right to left crosswind that was slightly from the tail and take advantage for some big distance. Let's go check it out. I feel like they should make this a little Zen garden with a sundial clock, just like my guys with the Boulder Farm. Shout out Will and Dean. Well, I gotta dig the little small boulder art in the middle. Great addition for this hole in my opinion. And then you got this grove of trees coming up. Let's see if my disc cleared through. Ooh, there it is. Caught this last tree on the right here. Gonna stymie my stance. Standstill forehand is pretty much always my choice in these situations. But not too far into the green. Let's make it happen. Because of the lower ceiling here, while this is in the range of the gnome, I'm gonna go horny toed because I can put a little more turn on it and have it handle the torque. I'm also gonna get on a knee to open up even more ceiling for my tall self. D1 horny toed so that it grabs the stuff if I miss high, or the chains when I throw it just right. Or the ground when it also came in just right in a golf sense. I really like that the first 2 par 5s so far are eagleable. They're also pretty simple to birdie, assuming you execute 3 good focused shots coming into the basket. But the allure of the eagle might kind of poison some people into taking a bigger number, as well as the trickiness if you don't have the big distance. So I really like both of these par 5s, and we still got some meat on the bone. We're putting into the bowl though. I'm about to chow down. gotta commit to laying out on the belly there. Landing in the old ash juniper needles. It's alright though. Worth it. Don't know what kind of red berry juice I landed on. It's all worth it for the bird though. We hungry. Visually, that front tree on that green, I noticed the past hole really blocks it and makes the basket look like it's right behind, but it's good to note that that tree is in fact outside the circle or right at circle's edge. So something to remember, and that's why it's always important to practice before you play a tournament. I love how easy the rain fly is for this Discology bag. Just started raining on me. Popped it out of this back little zipper pocket. Keeps it away from all your other stuff when it is wet, and you put it back in the bag. Threw it on in only a matter of seconds. Tuck that last little corner in. Boom. Maybe 20 seconds total. Pull it out, put it on. So easy, and helps keep your stuff dry so you're ready to play no matter the conditions. Yeah, that little advertisement shows you that obviously it's raining on me, so I'm gonna check the radar, see if I can just play through this a little bit or if I need to hunker down here for a minute. Not really any substantial cover out on the course if it is a nice deluge like it was a minute ago. But as I'm walking back to the parking lot, it's lightened up a touch, even though it shows like it's gonna possibly be raining off and on for the next hour or so. I figure since I'm on the tee of hole 7, I might as well finish the next 3 holes, at least get the front 9 done before the rain runs me off again. And I believe we at least have one day, especially Michigan summertime, even if there's a low percentage chance, there's a good chance that you might get some rain that day, being right here off of the big lake slash ocean that is Lake Michigan. And yeah, it's just what comes with the territory of having nice beautiful summers. Is a lot of times you gotta deal with some rain too, but a little dirt and mud never hurt. So let's get out there. Hopefully the phone keeps working. That's all that matters really. We've got our third par 5 of the front 9 in hole 7. 866 feet, out of bounds, link style, as a lot of this course is here at Renegades. For those of you who don't know what link style means, that's the long cut of grass versus the short cut of grass to designate the areas of play and the areas of OB. Throughout a golf course or a disc golf course, you need some late movement to the right to really pure this shot here. And so in my mind, I go to a fairway driver, either gonna hit flat on the Wrangler or a little bit of hyzer flip, late turn on the Spider Monkey. I've been really loving the Wrangler right now though, so I think I'm gonna go Wrangler. It's good to get to play in the rain because I get to see the tee box conditions. They do have a little bit of moss on them, a little bit slippery I can tell, so it'll be nice to at least get a feel for how light I have to be on my feet. Pretty generous fight on that Wrangler. Another shot where the position isn't super specific, but I do want to avoid being tucked behind any of these fairway trees, so I'm trying to get just past that second bushy green tree on the left with the nice spherical canopy. Dragonite Warbird, a little bit of force over, let it fight. Yeah, a little bit of force, fought out late, got to the right side and beyond that tree I was talking about. Should be a good setup for birdie there. Good to know that all you need to do is be out of this initial gap. So don't really need to push it too far to the right. Just get through the gap on a straight line. Take what you got from there. Maybe only 180 to 200 feet in here. I'm gonna go with a gentle touch shot with my Tour Series pinning. Slight hyzer out of the hand. A little too straight, got to that tree in the back, but into the gap with an opportunity. Yeah, filming and playing in the rain, definitely quite the tedious task. What? You tell me that second putt was better than the first. Rewind it. You're wrong. But I guess the chains are wet right now, so yeah. The 8th is going to be a super awkward 284-foot par 3. Got to be one of my least favorite on the track, not going to lie to you guys. You throw this knifing hyzer down the right side of the gap and hope to get a little bit of ground play into this green. It's not too far, and there's a notable marshy area down there on the left, so make sure to hit the proper width here. I'm going chupacabra. Looks like we got some more rain. Oh, I thought that was so good, but I didn't even consider those branches that it tickled. I'll try one more with the horny toad just for experiment. For research and development, if you will. Oh, that might actually be perfect. If that's up there and good, I'm likely gonna switch to that. Not gonna lie to y'all. All right, I'm gonna show you guys why I don't really love this hole. You throw from back there, you just have to knife a hyzer just past this tree, and then you're rewarded with another one you can't see right out of your sight off the tee right here. If you're deep, you got a couple to contest with. And then the real issue is you hit this wall before the green where there's no real rhyme or reason for which way you get through. Obviously this gap's the biggest. And if you can somehow push it through there, good job, you threw a great shot and you got lucky. I just think we can have a better hole than this one. Especially if you don't want to chop down that tree and that tree. 1, 2, and then you can maybe convince me. This shot felt perfect. Caught the most mature large trunk out of the grouping, but if you hit that gap, you gotta really take what you get on this hole and try to make a long putt, because that's how you're gonna get your stroke here. You're gonna pull your yellow rose out, chalk it up with that chump chalk. You're gonna find you some chains. I tried, y'all. I tried. Hole 9's a par 4, finishing out the front 9 with a nice little right to left hyzer shape for a right-hand backhand player. Lefty might be a good roller opportunity, or you might need to bust out that forehand or that high turnover. Either way, you want to move out there pretty far, maybe in the range of 400 to 450. Move slightly left to position yourself for a gap approach. Starship off the tee. That'll do, donkey. Definitely a par 4 that's going to be eagleable if you're able to push your drive a little bit further into that gap. Try to give it a 90-footer. I'm going back to that penny putter, stand still, a little bit of Annie. Have it just slide to the right side of that guardian tree just right of the basket. Don't need to get too cheeky here. Just play for the easy birdie. Last second I decided why not just pure it, and so that's what I did. But the miss there would have been to overturn it. That's what I was talking about in my head, but then I realized, wait, I'm gonna throw this penny putter exactly where I want to. because not only is it a great disc, but I am its master. Now this is a PSA, a little reminder. Code Clover20 at LoneStarDisc.com is gonna help you save money and get lucky, but you're not gonna need to get lucky when you use that code to get some of my Tour Series. That's right, I said some of my, because you're gonna grab you a little stack, aren't you? Of them Tour Series penny putters. And you're gonna find chains and you're gonna find park drops, penny putter style. That's gonna be it for the front nine at Renegades Trail. I really do enjoy this course. It's a solid mix. A couple funky ones mixed in, kind of reminds me of like Tom Brown in Florida, where a lot of really solid holes, a couple kind of old school ones sprinkled in. But y'all go check out the back nine and let's see what this course has in store on the final 9 holes.